Yeah, what is it called?
Nighttime with Nikki Fresh.
Nighttime with Nikki Fresh, and she's awesome.
Phenomenal.
And she's
we watched
beautiful.
Our show this morning.
And she's beautiful.
And you can watch Nikki on Meerkat. But right now we got News with Nikki. Take it away, Nick.
We're lucky to have
with Nikki with the Bronx Bombers update. It's amazing to think that the Yankees are in first place when their star pitcher CC Sabathia is 0-5. But thank God for people like Michael Pineda, who's 5-0. Today, Michael Pineda realized that this could be a special day. His strikeout total was building fast, with 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. He said later something like, "There's a lot of strikeouts," and he thought it would be good. And it sure was freaking good. Pineda's 16 strikeouts in 7 innings of a 6-2 Yankees win over the Orioles equaled the most by a Yankees right-hander. That's your Bronx Bomber update with Nikki. Back to the boys. Over and out. This is News with Nikki.
All right. Thank you, Nikki. Very much, Nikki, with the news. So, Lewis, tell me what's next. Something about your CD release party?
I'm having a CD release party at Don't Tell Mamas on September 10th. And that is a big deal because we're going to have the CDs and we're going to have like all the merchandise, T-shirts, hats, keychains. Rick Rose, the president of Tangerine, actually had an idea to have like a fedora rather than a cap that says whatever.
Right.
But a fedora, which is kind of cool because it's more my style.
Yes.
Well, actually, I don't wear fedoras, but I actually did in the Bronxtale. I think I wore a fedora.
Yeah, you did.
It burned. It burned in the car.
It burned in the car. It's so funny. 'Cause, but where I wanted to we'll get into some of the Bronxtale stories now. We'll get into some of the stories. Bronx Tales.
Bronx Tales from a Bronx male.
Bronx Tales from a Bronx male. All right, first I want to ask you one question. I seen this video about 10 years ago, you impersonating Elvis when you were a little kid, and it was probably the greatest, still to this day, the greatest Elvis impersonation.
Oh my God, I was like 9 years old.
I know, but I don't understand how a 9-year-old can. We're going to get a clip of this, and we're going to put it on the Bronx Tale YouTube page.
I have an old clip of it.
So I promise you, I'm going to put a picture of Louis Fenaria doing his impersonation of Elvis at 9 years old.
9 years old. My grandmother had a sewing. My grandmother actually made that sequins jumpsuit for me with stars and moons on it. And I don't know, she worked so hard. She sewed every one of those on and made like an Elvis suit, like the jumpsuit that Elvis used to wear. And I used to watch Elvis all the time. He was my favorite, and I used to practice the moves in front of the mirror. And wherever we went to parties, I'd get into the jumpsuit and do the Elvis thing. And one day somebody filmed it, and I have a clip of it. I think I was 9 years old. I kind of grew out of it once I grew out of the suit. I stopped doing Elvis, but I still do a couple of Elvis songs.
Oh,
but I just don't do the moves
anymore.
anymore.
Because you sounded more like him back then doing it than you do now doing it.
Well, I don't do them now.
So anyway, we're gonna get that clip up, and it's funny because it's gonna be playing do in the back on our YouTube page.
That's funny.
I'm definitely gonna get it up there.
You gotta get my mother. She's the only one who has the clip. I don't have it.
I'm gonna have to go there, and I'll take my phone. I'll have her play it on the TV, and I'll record it on my phone right off the TV.
Yeah, my mom.
I know where it is. It's right in that closet on top
my
of the
mom
wheels.
has like so many performances of
got
mine.
Everything.
She's got everything. All the TV shows, all the Kirk.
Yeah, all that stuff. I know.
She has every episode of Kirk. I did 47 episodes with Kirk Cameron.
Was it that many?
Yeah, I did 40-something.
How many seasons was that on?
2. But we did 23 episodes a year. So we did 2 years, 2.5 years, I think. So we got 40-something episodes.
Let me ask you a question. Do you remember the day it got cut?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No. I was with Will Estes, and we were sitting in the room. I don't remember the day, but I remember how they told us.
Yeah, tell us the story.
They said, me and Will... We're in the Warner Brothers on the lot in the sitting at one of the meetings. We'd read the episodes on one side. There was a big table, like a big table, and the actors would sit on one side of the table, and the directors and producers would sit on the other side, and the writers, and we'd just read it. So, and then we'd go in. We'd shoot it not in front of a live audience first. We'd shoot the episode wardrobe perfect. with no live audience. This way we got the episode perfectly. And if we miss something with the live audience, we could take the little piece from the episode we did with no live audience, put a laugh track in, and we got it. Like if we miss a line or something like that. So that's like we usually use the live audience one, but just in case, we have it.
Right.
It's like protection,
Gotcha.
kind of. We have the whole episode. So then after we do the episode without the live audience, we would go into this meeting, and they say, here are a couple of changes we're going to make for the live audience, and we eat, and then we go out and we do it in front of a live, and we're out while they're bringing the live audience in, and then we go back in and do the show again. So it was right before the live audience taping of it where they said, this is the last show. We
Just
the
like that.
network, yeah, we were canceled. And we're like, we have to do this show now? So me and Will, so now the kids, people start crying. People start crying, and Will looks at me, and he's like, are we supposed to be crying?
So it wasn't that big of a deal, really.
Not for us so much. I said, I'm trying to get some tears going here. Everybody else is crying, and we're like, can we go for lunch? And I'm starving, like that.
That's funny.
And I tried to well up some tears, but nothing was happening.
All right, so right after that, who came right after Kurt?
So then the worst thing is we had to do the episode that would never be seen. We had to do the last episode,
sucks.
and it was the worst show. Like we didn't even care because we knew that this
And
episode would never.
See it.
No,
Live
this
audience
episode.
must have been like, no wonder this show was canceled.
Yeah, I know. It was horrible.
Definitely,
Bronxtales by
Bronxtales intro is, I'm here
a
to
Bronx
entertain
Mail.
you. Pelham Bay Blues!
Pelham Bay Blues.
Go ahead, get a killing.
No, we're gonna do that next time, right?
Oh yeah, with the stories and everything?
Yeah.
That's the next podcast.
Because Bronxtale Blues has a great story.
Next
to it.
podcast, we're going to do Storytellers with Lewis. But
Mm-hmm.
right now, here is...
Bronxtale Blues.
That's what it's called?
I'm sorry, Pelham Bay.
What fucking song is this?
Pelham Bay Blues.
Here we go. Take it away, Lewis.
I've been stepped on and kicked out, I've lost fights but held out, I've always managed to walk away. When I'm lost in the past, I don't cry but I laugh, cause it made me the man I'm today. And I'm proud of my bruises and my friends they call losers, still we stay friends to the end. And though we lost touch, I know in the clutch I can count on any one of them. And I'll never forget where I came from, I remember every corner I stood. You gotta have the bad just to know what's good, so I wouldn't change a thing if I could. No, I wouldn't change a thing if I could. Now I always was clean cut, in my pocket a few bucks, but I paid for every lesson I learned. Now I can spot a raw deal, 'cause my gut feelings are real, thanks to all the times I've been burned. And the girls with the long nails, I chased them by the tails, I tried to get them drunk or get stoned. One slithered so fast, I put my hand through a glass and cut my knuckle down to the bone. But I'll never forget where I came from, I'll remember every corner I stood. Time will erase the bad and replace it with good, so I wouldn't change a thing if I could. No, I wouldn't change a thing if I could. Now I've always got family, they stand right beside me, they back me even when I'm ashamed. And they don't ask a favor after they save you, 'cause they know that I would do the same. When I can't spare a dime, deal me in every time, 'cause I can play any hand that I'm dealt. I'll never give you away, 'cause I've got nothing to say, my reputation can speak for itself. And I'll never forget where I came from, no, I'll remember every corner I stood. The good old days weren't always good, but I wouldn't change a thing if I could. No, I wouldn't change a thing if I could. what you've heard, and I will give you my word. The mistakes I made, I'm willing to show. If nothing ever went wrong, you can't expect to be strong or know the same things that I know. So take care of number one, but make room for everyone, 'cause loyalty still can be found. I've been stepped on and kicked out, I've lost fights but held out, and nobody can keep me down. And I'll never forget where I came from, no, I'll remember every corner I stood. It wasn't always bad and it wasn't always good, but I wouldn't change a thing if I could. I'm proud the Bronx is my neighborhood.
How do you get your jobs from an actor?
Well, I have an acting agency. Teresa Wolf does a great job. She submits me for all the big stuff. And then there's a website that I'm on called showbizagency.com, which you get a lot of student films. If any aspiring actor who wants to build up a reel, it's a great website. Matter of fact, I got a little student film, and they flew me out to Savannah, Georgia. And I did something called the restaurant job, where we rob a restaurant. We robbed this restaurant that we got fired from. We go in and rob the place, and we wind up killing one of the patrons by mistake. And it's a great. I got great stuff on it, because when you do these little films, first of all, I got to see Savannah, which was kind of cool. Very spooky town.
Really?
Very, yeah.
Savannah, Georgia?
Savannah, Georgia. Very spooky.
It's a very well-known town.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. We went to this place where they had all these antiques, and I mean, it was a very spooky place. But there's the school out there. There's a film school out there, a very famous film school. I forgot the name of it now. And these kids were doing this restaurant job, and they wanted to use New York actors to do it, because they wanted the restaurant to be in New York, even though it was in Savannah. So they brought these New York actors out there, and we did this thing. But I got it on showbizagency.com. And it used to be a free website, but now it's like a couple of bucks. I forgot how much it is. But you could join for a month. You could join for 6 months. You could join.
Now, is that like an agency website?
What it is you fill out.
Submit your.
Well, you download a headshot of yourself,
Okay.
and then you fill out a profile of yourself. Your age, your hair color, your eye
color.
color.
My daughter does. That's what Nikki does.
Right, and then every day, and I don't know where they grab the auditions from. They get all these auditions, and any audition that matches your profile or your headshot or your description, what you're good, like if you're a good swimmer and there's something for a swimmer, whatever matches you. It's almost like a dating site. When you look, if you're looking for a blonde girl with blue eyes, they match you with a blonde hair with blue eyes.
Gotcha.
Well, they match you.
With an actor.
They match your auditions with things that match up for you, and then
if you're a juggler and
then
you're a white juggler who has tattoos
from 25 to 35,
and they're doing a circus about a white juggler with tattoos.
Right, but some of them are not as specific as that.
Okay.
But they definitely match up with your gender and your age and your sometimes your nationality. Or what you could play. Sometimes if you could do a good Russian accent, a Russian, whatever. And then you get emails in the morning. You get 1 million auditions. And all you have to do is hit apply. And once you hit apply, your headshot and profile and resume get sent directly to whoever's casting this project.
You love the new
Push of the button.
It's called an EPK, electronic press kit.
Yeah, and your press kit is sent directly to the casting agent or the director or the producer, who's ever in charge of casting that thing. And it's a lot easier, because we used to have to put your headshot and resume in an envelope and write out an address, and sometimes they don't even get there. But now everything is submitted electronically, and it's great. It's a great website. I don't know of any other website doing that, but showbizagency.com.
There's a
Check
few
it
of
out.
them, but absolutely, and it's a great plug. We should actually call them for a sponsor.
Showbizagency.com?
Serious?
I'm
just saying because we just plugged them. So
yeah, we
it's
can
like
find.
we just
yeah,
said,
yeah, we should.
You just talk so good about them. It was
Yeah,
like,
no, we'll find a name.
I got one question I really need to ask.
Yeah.